I'm joined once again by Dominick Reyes, a cold Dominick Reyes, who's in Colorado right now in preparation for his fight coming up here against Volkan Oezdemir at UFC on ESPN Plus 5 on March 16th. Dom, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good, James. How are you, man? I'm over here in Colorado. Like you said, it's not that cold right now, but I know the storm's coming.
Now, if I had to take a guess, I'm sure the connection there is because you trained with Curtis Blaydes in the past. You guys share the same manager. I'm assuming that's how this all came together.
It is. This all started, about 3 years now? I think it's 2 years, about 2 years now. I've been coming out here. This is my first time doing a full camp out here, though, so it's exciting. I made that decision based on my last fight. I kind of waned in the middle of the second, kind of the third a little bit, so I decided to address that before it became an issue.
Okay. Well, I say you had a good fight, a good performance in your last fight. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, was there ever a thought of contesting that fight? Because you finished him at the end. I don't know why they didn't count it that way. They counted it as a decision. Was there any thought at all to put that into the commission or no?
There was a thought, but then we watched the film and he did get up on his own.
Okay.
He wasn't assisted getting up, even though the ref said, "Come on, man, you got to get up. You got to get up, otherwise it's a TKO." So whatever. In my mind, it's a knockout. He went down. He was done.
It looked like you were going to fight Jan Blachowicz after your last fight, and it seemed like he was into it, you were into it, but now he's fighting Thiago Santos, you're fighting Volkan Oezdemir. Were there any talks at all of that actually happening, or was that just you guys both agreed and the UFC went a different direction?
Yeah, I think we both agreed and the UFC just went another way. I think what it was is me and Jan kind of have a similar style where we're both very technical fighters. And Thiago and Volkan are similar styles with very powerful punchers. So I think they matched us opposites, and then the winners fight each other and fight for the belt. I think that's what they're doing. So
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, style-wise, I guess they wanted a better stylistic matchup. Now, fighting Volkan, he's coming off a loss. Was this the fight you wanted as opposed to Jan, or were you looking for someone coming off a win?
I was looking at Jan all the way. I didn't even see Volkan as a possibility until they offered it. And then I was, yeah, for sure, I'll take that fight.
Okay. And how do you feel like you match up against him? We know how his fights go. He either wins in the first round or he, gets into a bit of trouble if it goes a little bit deeper. How do you see this matchup?
I think it's a really good matchup for myself. I'm very technical. I move real well. He's very powerful. He's a powerful striker. He's a good fighter. He's very, very tough. I think it's going to be fireworks no matter what. However you slice it, it's going to be a hell of a fight, and people are going to be excited about it. But obviously, I see myself coming out on top.
Okay. And, how much do you think him not getting to train at Hard Knocks for this fight will impact him? We know the training partners he gets to work with there. I don't know if you're aware, I know this because I talked to Volkan, he can't get in the U.S. He's got visa issues right now. So he's training back at his old gym in Switzerland. Do you feel like that'll impact him a little bit just because he's not used to his regular training camp?
I'm not sure. It might make him better. I mean, going back to your roots always helps, especially when you're on a skid of some sort. He's on a 2-fight losing streak, so I could see this maybe helping him out get back to his roots, where it all began. But I know for sure not having those partners, on a daily basis could affect you a little bit. So, yeah, we'll see.
Okay, good assessment. No, I like that. And we talked about you being in Colorado. We know Curtis Blaydes is there. Who are some of the other guys you get to work with in Colorado right now?
I'm working with Andrew Capel, Neil Magny a little bit. There's my buddy Zach. There's a bunch of guys that are great partners that are around 200 to 235, and around 220 and 235. So there's like 4 or 5 of them. So it's a great group of guys. Everybody's real cool, so it works out.
Yeah, and I know with that camp specifically in Colorado, unlike other camps, there's a lot of cross-training that goes along between the different camps in Colorado. So you're probably getting a lot of different looks, not just a few training partners.
Oh, yeah. On sparring days, the gym's packed, and I got all kinds of different looks. All guys around pretty much Volkan's exact measurements, so it works out pretty nice. I'm happy with the decision to come out here, and I'm very, very, very excited to get down, man. Like, when I go in that ring, I'm home again. All this is just getting ready to party, man.
Yeah. Does it kind of feel like a Rocky training camp with the fact you're in Colorado? It's cold outside like Rocky 2 where, he's fighting.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. This is my Rocky moment, man. I'm out here running in the snow, training hard, like doing it all, man, and it's awesome.
Hopefully not downing any eggs in a glass or anything like that, though.
No, man, just protein shakes.
How is the cut going, by the way? I mean, you always make weight, but how's everything going?
No, it's going smooth. I'm right, a little bit heavier than I'd like to be, but it is what it is. It's good. I got more muscle now, so.
Okay. And who's going to be in your corner for this fight? I imagine Joe Stevenson isn't with you in Colorado.
No, I'm not with Joe for this fight. I got Cody Donovan in my corner over here, Team Elevation. I got my brother, as always, and then my Mitman, Naicha. So I got my squad, my close, tight squad, you know.
How do you see this fight playing out on March 16th?
Yeah, this could go a few ways. I know we're gonna come out throwing hands. Like, he wants to establish dominance. I want to establish dominance. I don't think any of us are gonna really take a step back initially. Yeah, I can see first round knockout, second round knockout, even a third round knockout. I mean, submissions, whatever. It doesn't. For me, all I see is my hand raised. That's always my prediction. That's my prediction again. My hand's gonna be raised. It's gonna be a good fight, a hard, tough fight, and I'm excited, man. It's London, dude. Like, it's just gonna be.
When are you getting down there?
I'm leaving the Saturday before the fight, so I'll get there on Sunday.
And because it is a bit of a time change, do you have to do you do anything differently back in the U.S., or will you try and acclimatize once you get there?
Well, I'm training. All my training sessions are around fight time. What my fight time will be. I'm pretty sure we're headlining the prelims, so I've been training the whole camp for that slot. I don't know if it's been confirmed yet. I think it has. But yeah, I've just been training at the time 7 hours ahead. So.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. We talked earlier about getting Volkan as an opponent. I know Jan was the first choice, but another guy I know you wanted to fight was Anthony Smith. Were you surprised to see him get the title shot against John Jones?
Somewhat, yes and no. I mean, he got it. Good for him. There's really enough.
Well, I think at some point people want to see you guys fight. I think there was a little bit of no bad blood per se, but yeah.
No, I mean, I listen. I like his style. I like how he fights. I think it's exciting. I think if we fought, it would be a hell of a fight. And win or lose, it would cement, go towards cementing my legacy, as one of the exciting, great fighters in the UFC history, light heavyweight history. I want to be known as one of the great fighters in light heavyweight history. So fighting the best guys, fighting the most exciting guys, that's how you get there. And that's what I'm trying to do.
You haven't seen him in Colorado, have you? Because he's at Factory X.
No, we don't. There's never any interaction between us and those guys.
After this fight, I mean, the winner, it's got to be some title implications here, I would think. It's a bit of a logjam right now because we don't know what's happening with John Jones after UFC 235. Is he going to fight Cormier? What's happening there? Do you feel like you would be at the top of the heap, similar to what happened to Anthony Smith? Because, he took out the number 2 guy and got a title shot.
Yeah, I could see that. But like I mentioned earlier, I think we're in a mini tournament format, like a unannounced tournament right now. I think that's what's going on. Me and Jan and Tiago and Volkan. Winner of those 4 is the next in line.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think if Jan wins his fight, you win your fight, that's the next fight, even though the UFC's been a bit reluctant, like you said?
I do believe so. So we'll see. I just got to take care of business. So.
Yeah, certainly do. All right, let's talk about some cool stuff. What are you doing in Colorado? What does downtime look like in Colorado? Like I said, you're in the Rocky training camp, but I'm sure you're going out to eat some food or watch some TV or something. You can't be that boring.
No, it's not boring at all. I'm in the Rockies and I'm staying in this house on the mountain. I can show you a view.
Oh, look at this. Okay, this is like a Cribs edition. I like this. Oh wow, that's awesome. That looks great.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm on top of a mountain. There's not a lot of stuff over here. It's just freaking training. But they have some decent food. I hooked up with Trifecta for this training camp, the UFC, and they're supplying all my meals. So I'm not doing a lot of eating out. Yeah, it's 100% training. That's it, man. Living the life.
I'd say so. And this is a great fight. It's coming up here March 16th. It is UFC on ESPN Plus 5. I think I got that right, aka UFC London. Dominick, always appreciate the time, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours, man.
So you can follow me on Instagram at Dom Reyes. Yeah, I think it's just Dom Reyes or Dom Reyes 24. Instagram and Twitter is around the same thing. My sponsors: Unhinged Barn Door Candles, 8-Man, Nutrition Edge, Victorville, Ultimate Fitness Hesperia, and Trifecta. And shout out to Team Elevation. Shout out my family. And let's get it. Let's get this money.